Hello everybody, I'm Jerry, one half of AlwaysChasingLife.com. The better half of Always Chasing Life, my wife Fawn, she is sick, has laryngitis, she's battling, but looks like you're going to have to listen to me this week. Our project that we're going to take on this weekend is we are going to build and hang up a homemade barn door. Now originally we had the standard swing-in door right here. But we bought this bench. We'd come in through the garage, with groceries, whatnot. Kids would take off their shoes, and this door would constantly be in the way. So we solved the problem by just removing the door. But when we removed this door, we caused another problem. Our son, Hudson, can't stop playing with dog food. He just decides to make dog food soup by just taking the food and just dumping it in the water. It's disgusting. Dogs won't touch it. It's crazy. So we had to solve this issue, and this is just something that's really quick and easy. It takes both problems out. We don't no longer have the swing door, and we have something that'll stop the young man from playing with the dog food. What we did is we had to solve a couple problems when we first started out. We bought this right here from eBay. You can get the hardware for a barn door around 40 bucks on eBay. So as we mentioned earlier before, we got the hardware off of eBay. It costs approximately about 40 bucks. The wood itself, we got some 1x6s, some 1x4s, and a 2x6 that costs about $70 for a total of approximately $110. Or you can buy a barn door from Lowe's. I think they have it for $350 or $400. So this is going to save you a lot of money, and truly it's not going to hurt you on time either, because you still have to set up the barn door that you would buy. So when we first got the hardware, we had a little bit of a snag. We both really liked this chalkboard, but it comes off the wall quite a bit. When we took a look at the hardware and put it up against the wall, we saw that if we had the barn door, it would just be crashing into this chalkboard. So we had to make a choice if we were going to keep it or if we were going to get rid of it. We both liked it so much that we decided to keep it. So we had a problem, we needed a solution. So we decided that we'd put a 2x6 up here on the wall to kind of extend out the rail and allow the barn door to slide past the chalkboard without any issue or problem. In order to put this beam up, all you're going to need is a level, a measuring tape, some 3-inch cabinet screws, and a stud finder. Drill. Also, you're going to need a drill. A couple of disclaimers. Number one, you might hear some kids screaming in the background. They're just playing. Number two, my wife and I are not professionals. I am not a contractor. I've never taken a woods class. There's going to be a lot of times when I say things like tool or thingy, and that's because I don't really know what it's called. Okay? Don't let the outfit and the beard fool you. I am as amateur as it comes. We're doing this, and we do the blog to let you know that anybody can do these little projects around the house. All right, so in order to put this beam on the wall, all we did was we looked for the studs and put those 3-inch cabinet screws into those studs. So now we had a very secure piece of wood up on the wall. Then we just needed to figure out where we wanted to put our rail. We needed to figure out how far off of the end we wanted from each side and how high on the board itself. This is, again, your choice. We could have went higher, could have went lower. It was just kind of depending on where we wanted it. So this is where we decided. And then once we got that done, we needed to measure, get the dimensions for the door itself. We wanted the door to cover this open space, and when it slid over, to cover this open space. So when we measured, we just found that this spot right here was about 35 inches, so I just took another inch, so it would be a ½ inch over on each side, so 36 total inches. Okay. Now that we have this all hung up and we have our dimensions, our next step is to build the door. All right, so we have our frame set up here. I'm gonna give you guys an idea on how we did it. We used the Kreg jig. You can find it at Lowe's, about $99. One of the best tools that we've ever invested in. I can't think of a project that I've done recently that I'm not using the Kreg jig. What it does is create these awesome pocket holes, making these really tight 90-degree angles. I'm going to give you a quick little tutorial on how this works. This is just a piece of scrap, pretty much the exact same thing that I'm using here. Open it up, close, lock, really tight. Take your drill, use this guy right here. And then simply hit it. It's got the stopper already built in for you. Okay. Pop it open. And then, as you can see, it creates these pocket holes. These screws, they'll just go right in, just like that. Screws we're using today about 1.5 inches. Just bear with me a second. Disconnect this one. Now we're going to use our tool. Comes with the kit. We'll sink the screws. Tighten it up. Just squares. Make sure we have a nice 90-degree. Line up our edges. And we got our screw hit the stopper, then we're done. No need to push. That's as tight as it needs to get. Now we have this really nice, tight joint right here. Alright, so the frame is all put together. My wife on Pinterest found a pretty neat diagonal look to the boards. I've never done anything like that before, so we're just gonna give it a shot. I'm sure there's a right way to do this, and if you're a contractor, then probably the way I'm going to show you, you'll laugh at. But I find this way easy. So what I would do is I would just simply go underneath here, put my board in, line up this corner, and then just draw my cuts. So I'm going to make these cuts right here. And that's going to make the triangle that's going to go right here. That's going to be my first piece. Alright, so we've made that cut. You see, it goes right where it would be. That's our start piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the piece, I want to put it underneath, make sure my edges are lined up. Take my next board, set it up pretty much the exact same way I did the other one, and then just draw a cut. So now when I use my circular saw, I'm just going to make that cut there, and I'll have my next piece. Alright, so now that we have the frame completed and we have some cuts, what we're going to do is we're going to start putting our cut pieces onto our frame. Now the side that we're going to do this on is the side that has our pocket holes. We're going to try to hide those pocket holes with our new cuts. So I'm just going to line up my first piece, make sure my edges are all good. We're using a 1.25 inch wood screw. The bit will come with your box of screws, so you don't have to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 of them in. One line is going to go right across this way. One line is going to go right up that way. I'm going to try to make it nice and even. So again,
just like that. Take our next piece, line it up, do the same thing. Alright, so we have the door diagonal boards screwed on. So their next step is going to be to sand it down. Smooth out the edges. Not all my cuts are perfect, so we're going to smooth out these edges. Anything we see like little stamps or marks or anything, we're going to sand those out. This is actually going to be the back. The front is going to look like that. So pretty cool once it's all sanded and done. Next step, drill the holes and then put it all together. All right guys, we put the rollers on. There's nothing left to do other than see if it works. So, moment of truth time. Alright, there you have it. Now that we got the barn door up, our next steps are going to be to put on a handle and of course to stain our beam to make it match the door. Our goal was to cover up our door area and to cover up the chalkboard and for it not to slam into the board as we did it. And success. Okay, again, this is a weekend project. We are not professionals, okay? But please try this at home. I hope you enjoyed this weekend's project. Be sure to visit us on alwayschasinglife.com. Like, leave comments, be sure to follow.